Short-term rentals. What to know before getting started. In the past few years, short-term rentals like Airbnb have been all over. This isn't surprising. Even before Airbnb, people were finding places to stay that weren't hotels. They might use Vrbo or contact the owner directly. But since Airbnb started in 2008, it's become the go-to name for short-term rentals. Lately, even more people are choosing them thanks to remote work and Airbnb's own advertising push. How about you? Thinking about jumping on the trend and investing in a short-term rental yourself? It can definitely be more profitable than renting out a place for a longer term. But before you dive in, it's important to do your research. Short-term rentals are a popular investment in real estate, but they come with their own sets of headaches, from local laws to keeping guests happy. These rentals can be a great way to make money, but they also involve more work than traditional rentals. You have to deal with things like cleaning between guests and following local rules. The market is also getting more crowded. It is important to do your research and have a plan before you take the plunge. Here are some things to consider before you buy your first short-term rental property. What are you hoping to get out of your investment? Short-term rentals are a good fit if you want to make more money and don't mind being more involved. This could be a good choice if you like dealing with people and making sure they have a good stay. Long-term rentals are better if you want a steady income stream without a lot of hassle. This is a good option if you're looking to build wealth over time and hoping property values go up. How much money can you make? Short-term rentals can be more profitable, especially in tourist areas. But the income can go up and down depending on the season and how many people are renting at a given time. On the other hand, long-term rentals provide a steadier stream of income. Even though it might be lower than what you can make with short-term rentals, the advantage is that it's more predictable. So what are the risks? For short-term rentals, these can be trickier because they depend a lot on tourism and the economy. There might also be some laws or rules you need to follow depending on where you are. While for long-term rentals, these are more stable, but the housing market and local economy can still affect them. The biggest risks are usually problems with tenants or lease agreements. How much work is involved? Short-term rentals take more effort to manage. You need to clean regularly, deal with guests, and fix things that break. With long-term rentals, these are less work because tenants stay longer. You won't have to clean as often or deal with guests as much. This is a good option if you prefer a hands-off approach to being a landlord. Where's the best place to rent? Short-term rentals do very well close to tourist spots or cool places to visit. Think beaches, amusement parks, or trendy neighborhoods. Long-term rentals do better in areas with families. Look for places near schools, parks, and shopping centers. Don't forget the rules. Short-term rentals might have special taxes and permits you need to deal with, depending on where you are. Long-term rentals still need to pay taxes on your rental income. Plus, there are laws protecting tenants and about keeping your property in good shape. Growing your rentals. Short-term rentals can make more money faster by renting out more places, but it also be a lot more work to manage. While long-term rentals make it easier to add more property to rent out for a long term, and you won't have to deal with as much day-to-day stuff. Getting a loan. Banks might be less likely to lend you money for short-term rentals because the income isn't always steady, and there might be extra rules to follow. This could mean a bigger down payment and a higher interest rate. While long-term rentals, banks see these as safer investments because the income is more predictable. So you might get a better deal on a loan with a lower down payment or lower interest rate. This can be a good option if you're looking for a more traditional way to invest in real estate. What are the different types of short-term rentals? Short-term rentals are often divided into three categories, such as entire homes, ADUs, or accessory dwelling units, and individual rooms. An entire home can be viewed as a short-term rental if the owner mainly resides there, but occasionally rents it out entirely for a few days or weeks within an annual limit. Likewise, home owned by absentee owners who rent them out for brief stays, also up to a yearly limit, qualifies as a short-term rental. A short-term rental can also include part of the property like a guest house or garage apartment if the owner lives on the property and rents the spaces out temporarily. Even if the owner doesn't live there, renting out such units for a limited period each year still counts as a short-term rental. Renting out one or more rooms in a primary residence for a short period with a cap on the numbers of days per year is considered a short-term rental. This applies whether the owner lives in the home or elsewhere. So what's the future of short-term rentals? The future of short-term rentals looks robust as platforms like Airbnb and Vrbo continue to thrive, underscoring a global surge in popularity. The market is expanding globally, evidenced by the increasingly number of listings and presence of hundreds of short-term rental websites worldwide. When navigating the real estate investment landscape, it is crucial to understand the differences between short-term and long-term rentals. The most suitable path for you will depend on your individual financial situation, goals, and lifestyle. Whether you opt for the vibrant world of short-term rentals or steady path of long-term rentals, the key is to make an informed decision that aligns with your overall investment strategy and future aspirations. So, if you found this episode helpful and want to continue learning and staying updated in all things real estate, we invite you to follow us on your favorite podcast platform. By subscribing to our show, you'll never miss an episode packed with valuable insights, expert interviews, and practical tips to guide you through your real estate journey. Also, I love hearing from our listeners. If you have any questions, comments, topic suggestions, or real estate stories to share, please reach out to us. You can follow me on my social media pages. Just search for Long's Real Estate, local realtor in Las Vegas and Henderson, Nevada. I will also save the links in the description of this video. Until then, remember, in Las Vegas and Henderson, the odds are always in your favor when you have the right real estate agent by your side. Thank you for joining us today. See you next week.